All right, this is an in retrospect video. This is an old video that I recorded when I was at a park. This was back when I was in Texas. I believe it was like League City, Texas. And I'm just going to give another good example of how these agent provocateurs, these workers of iniquity, flying monkeys, children of Satan, are sent, are intentionally sent and dispatched to the target's location for the sole purpose of provocation. All right, in this video, I I was parked at a park, and a lot of times in previous videos that I've made where I parked like at church parking lots when I was living out my car, um, I would get comments from people saying, "Well, why don't you go to a park, or why don't you go to Walmart, park your car at Walmart and get sleep there?" This video is a good example as to the reason as to why I wasn't doing those things. Okay, if you park at a park, okay, that's just a good way for perps to show up and say, "Oh, I'm just here at the park. I'm trying to enjoy myself at the park." And, "Oh, this person is crazy. We're not bothering this person." You know what I mean? At a park is more of a public place, or it is a public place rather. So they can easily send their agent provocateurs in to easily have access to the target. The same thing with Walmart, okay? They'll send people there under the guise of, "Oh, well, I'm trying to get some sleep too, or I'm trying to get some rest, or I'm waiting for someone." But they just so happen to be doing it in your vicinity or right next to you, even if it's 2 or 3 o'clock in the morning, okay? So this is why I specifically chose churches, because, churches are private property, but at the same time, the church is supposed to be a place of refuge for children of God who are going through this distress. Churches are supposed to be places of sanctuary, and that's my intent of parking at those churches, was to seek refuge and to have a place of peace to where I could rest. It would be real easy to capture evidence of being stalked and harassed if agent provocateurs were to show up at a church parking lot at 2 or 3 o'clock in the morning. So what they did instead was, because that would be blatant, right? That would be really obvious that you're being stalked and harassed by these people. So what happened instead, hence all the police videos that I posted when I was parked at church parking lots, they would call the cops and send law enforcement. And there were also many encounters to where law enforcement wasn't even called. Like, you had some cops that would lie and say, "Oh, we got a call." But then I'd go to the police station the next morning and submit um, what is it, Freedom of Information Act request to to get the police report to find out if in fact a call was made to law enforcement. And come to find out, there was no call that was made. So again, you do have officers that are involved in this harassment campaign and activity against the target, and things of that nature. So again, the video that I'm about to show you, this is me parking at a park, and what you'll notice is that it's a really big field. Okay, there's several fields at this park. It's called, let me actually click on it real quick. I want to pause it. I'm not going to play it just yet. Let me give you all the details. All right, before we start it. So this is the location. It was in League City, Texas. Again, it's an old video. This is back in 2019, April 4th. It's at Walter Hall Park. All right, this is in League City. All right, so, you know, I had been ripping and running all day, just trying to find a peaceful spot to park at to just enjoy myself. I want to say that was during the work week. It was like 4:50 p.m. And just minding my own business. And these people, they roll up. There's all this extra space on the field, right? So these individuals chose to throw this. They had some kind of it was like an airplane that they were throwing, but it had some weight to it, so that every time they threw it and it hit my car, you could hear the thump. And I'm just sitting in my car like, okay, this makes absolutely no sense. And I got tired of moving around. Everywhere I was going to park, it was always somebody just doing some obnoxious thing next to my vehicle. So I'm about to play the video. Just one second. All right, so I'm about to play the video, and you'll see you'll see what happens. Let's see if I can maximize it a bit. All right.
So obviously you know exactly what you're doing, right? Like I'm parked right here, you're throwing the plane. If it hits my car again, I will pepper spray you. If it hits my car again, I'm gonna pepper spray you. Do you understand that? Why are you throwing the plane and my car's parked right there? Why don't you do it in front of your car?
That's more than fine.
You say what?
That's more than fine.
Okay.
Alright.
Yeah. Don't hit my car.
Styrofoam, brother.
All right. So that's just an example of the children of Satan being dispatched out to the target's location for the sole purpose and intent of aggravating and provoking the target. Okay. Now that particular day, I don't usually handle situations like that, but I had it up to here that particular day. Okay. Because everywhere I was going, they sent these people. They pull up. There's all this extra space, all these parking spots, but for some reason they have to pull up next to me like we set up a rendezvous or something, or like I know these people, and I don't know who the hell these people are. Okay, a lot of these people, most of them I've never seen before in my life. Okay, so that's pretty much what they do. They will send the agent provocateurs to the target's location. Now, if you see in this still shot right here, this individual is lined up right where my vehicle is parked, and the other person that he is with is on the other side of the field throwing the plane. So what they were doing was, and I observed this through my rearview mirror, they were trying to line themselves up with my vehicle so that the person on the other side of the field that's throwing it can aim for my vehicle and hit my vehicle. That's exactly what they were doing. I really didn't get enough footage of how big this field is, and mind you, there are several other fields at this park. This wasn't the only one, and there wasn't anybody at this park. Maybe there was like another vehicle parked further down, but in this particular area, it was like my vehicle.
So obviously you know exactly what you're doing, right? Like I'm parked right here, you're throwing the plane.
Maybe I can get.
If it hits my car again, I will pepper spray you.
View of the parking lot.
If it hits my car again, I'm gonna pepper spray you.
I'm not sure if I actually turn my camera that way.
Why are you throwing the plane and my car's parked right there? Why don't you do it in front of your car?
Okay, so there were other vehicles in the distance, way down the other way. So where I was parked at, there were no vehicles parked there, but these people just happened to roll up, and they want to line themselves up with my vehicle and continuously, the first time that they did it, the first time that they hit my car, I didn't say anything, okay? I didn't say nothing. I just stayed in my car. I think I was actually reading scripture or whatever. And, and then maybe like the fourth time that it hit, I'm like, okay, this is ridiculous. I'm not going to move my car. I know people are like, well, you could have just moved your car. No. I had been ripping and running all day, always having to start my engine to move around when I'm not doing anything wrong. I'm not bothering these people. I'm not going around bothering any of these people. I'm not doing obnoxious things around people's vehicles or anything like that. Why should I have to move? So this was basically me standing up for myself. And again, these people all work together, and they use different people to enact these obnoxious behaviors, or these obnoxious actions. And they use plausible deniability. With them using different people, they can use plausible deniability and say, oh, you can't. I can't even be fluent with what I'm trying to say. I'm sorry. They use plausible deniability, and that way you cannot pinpoint what group is doing it or what specific person is doing it. So that's pretty much how they get away with a lot of the stuff that they do. Okay. So again, that particular day I had enough of the BS, and I stood up for myself, and it just didn't make any sense. You're throwing this plane, you're clearly lining yourself up with the back of my vehicle. You can go throw that stuff, and you can line yourself up with your vehicle and hit your vehicle all day long. You know what I mean? And another thing is, look, he's lined up with my vehicle. Why couldn't he be lined up crossway? Why is he lined up right behind my vehicle? He could have been crossway at the other end of the field. These people knew exactly what they were doing, okay? And there was some other footage that I had of this encounter as well, because the other person that he was with, this person starts crying, just like it was so fake. It was like crocodile tears and stuff like that, and like just basically just doing their whole street theater skit or what have you. So it was extremely ridiculous. But yeah, I just wanted to show y'all this video. It's an old video. Obviously, I don't have this car anymore. This is when I had my Ford Focus, and I pulled up some scripture, kind of in reference to the situation. Or it's Psalm 21, and it's verse was it 11 through 12. Though they plot evil against you and devise wicked schemes, they cannot succeed. So their whole intent was to get me aggravated so that I could do something that would get me locked up or what have you, but they did not succeed. You will make them turn their backs when you aim at them with drawn bow. So that was me standing up for myself, okay? I'm not a violent person, but sometimes you do have to put these people in their place. And the Most High speaks of hating these workers of iniquity, and I share in the likeness of the Most High. I cannot stand people that are evil, people that try to be obnoxious with their behaviors. They're acting like they're being nice to you, but really they're hounding you and trying to be obnoxious because they know that you're going through this like secret, covert persecution, so they can make it look as if they're being nice outwardly, but really they're just trying to be obnoxious, if that makes sense. There's another scripture here. What is this? Psalm 38, verse 12. They also seek after my life, lay snares for me, and they that seek my hurt, mischievous things, and imagine deceits all the day long. So that's what these people do. They put themselves in your vicinity, and they try to get your attention or reaction so that they can call law enforcement, and then they can also have false witnesses come about. Because always keep in mind, these people always have backup. Just because you might see one or be in the presence of one, you best believe if your emotions get stirred up or you start to get stern or a bit aggressive in your demeanor or behavior, you're watched 24/7. They can see what you see. They can hear what you hear. So you best believe they're going to dispatch more of them out just so that they can bear false witness against you, even though you're not the one doing wrong. These people are continually, perpetually pursuing you every day, every night, no matter where you are, where you go. They're always sent to your location, okay? So I just want to put that out there. These people are, children of Satan. These are people that have no morale. They have no moral compass. They're nihilists. They have no soul or good spirits about them. I'm sure these people were probably paid, a gift card, like a Subway gift card or something, just to come over there and do that to me for that moment. But yeah, those of you that are going through this, you are not alone. Again, I haven't really posted a lot of videos within the past year or two in reference to the harassment because I was taking a break from it, posting these videos all the time. But lately, I just feel the need to do it so that people can see that this is something that is still a problem. This is something that's still going on. And I don't get how people will say, oh, well, why don't you just ignore it? Or don't pay no mind to it. How can you not pay attention to people that are being sent out to systematically mess up your life or to take away your joy or to not allow you to have peace? How do you ignore something like that? You know what I mean? How long are you supposed to take that? Is another question. You try to go to places that are secluded and, they send people out. I have been into the woods. Didn't even take my vehicle, took another vehicle, took no electronic devices, didn't have my cell phone, went to a totally different area, and these people were still dispatched to my location. So it's not your cell phone. To the dummy that posted a comment in one of my previous videos talking about, oh, they listen through your cell phone, and why would you take your cell phone out if they're tracking you? You really need to educate yourself. You need to look up something called remote neural monitoring. These people have the ability to see what you see, hear what you hear, and know your location at all times. So, yeah, you really need to educate yourself. But that's all I got for this. I will, post videos more often, and I like to post these videos and reference scripture as well, because what we go through it's talked about in the Bible. Christ went through it. the apostles, King David, just there are quite a few people, Jeremiah. There are plenty of people in the Bible that went through this. Job. So this is nothing new. As it even says in Scripture, there's nothing new under the sun. This has been going on a very long time. These people know that we're good people. Let me also play another video real quick. This is in retrospect. This is when I was still living out my Ford Focus. This is an example of a place that I went to seek refuge, because you can't stay in one place for too long, even if you find a spot that you might think is a good spot to park and to get good rest until you have to go to work. You know, you're constantly having to move. As it says in Scripture, when they persecute you in one place, flee to the next. So this is one of my journeys to where I found this new location, another private property, and the individual that owned this property had actually pulled up on me. I didn't know who he was at first, so I kind of questioned, and then he did tell me that he was the owner of the property. So I was like, okay, well, I'm going to let him know what my situation is and see if, you know, if he would help. So this is another video. I'll get the time frame on it as well. So yeah, April 16, 2019, and this was also in League City. This was near, I think this was actually closer to Kemah, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, it was next to Kemah. It's still League City, that area, but it's right next to Kemah. Alright, so I'll play the video.
How are you? Good.
Oops, sorry.
Thank you, sweetheart. How are you? Good.
So what you do, man?
I work at a canine resort. It's over there on South Kemah Drive. It's a pet resort where they house dogs.
All right.
Yeah, so.
Yeah, couple.
And that little girl was so sweet to me. Like, as I was walking up to the building, like, she held the door open for me and stuff. Like, you could just tell, like, she, you know, she has really good parents that are, you know, bringing her up right.
So nice, man. It's fine. As long as it's not like, you know.
Yeah, I appreciate it, man. I just try to get some good quality sleep. It's kind of hard, you know, finding places.
Just till you get on your feet and stuff, man. I understand. I've been there before.
Okay. Thank you so much.
We'll get something.
She your daughter?
Yes.
She's beautiful, man.
Thanks, brother.
You're welcome.
You got a dog, a big dog, and a small dog. A big dog.
Yeah, they have all different sizes and breeds of dogs.
Now, she's just telling me that we have.
Oh, you have a dog? How many dogs do you have?
I got 2,
You have 2?
and I got
Thank you.
1 turtle
And you have 1 turtle?
and 1 fishy.
Okay, cool.
One the big one is Mimi and one the smaller one.
That's awesome. And you take care of them all, huh? That's good. All right. All right, thank you so much again. I appreciate
Yeah,
you.
man. Have a
Okay,
good one.
you too.
What was it again?
I'm sorry?
Name?
Anthony. Yes. Okay. All right, so that worked out. I felt like I was a little rude in the initial encounter, you know, and it's for good reason. But I was glad that, because I like to find out who these people are. You know, you driving up to me, I don't know who you are, but I am on this guy's, you know, place of business. But you know, he was real cool about it, and you know, he kind of understood. So yeah, at least I now have a place to where I can park from time to time as a bit of a safe haven and not be bothered. But the only issue is this road. Like, these idiots, you know, they drive back and forth on the road and just all day. Like, this is not a major road. Why is there all this traffic like this during the day on a work week? But of course, we all know the
And see, I had the old tripod set up. You know, it's crazy, but it's a necessity. See my tripod behind my vehicle? I would have to post up, park somewhere, and set up my tripod to catch these people that are rolling up on me. So that's a good way to get evidence. If you're homeless living out your vehicle, just try to find some location that really nobody has no business being at, and it's a really good way to get evidence of the harassment. So it's crucial and essential for a target to record. You got to have recording devices on you, seen and unseen, at all times, and record every encounter. You know, sometimes you may have to delete some things because, you know, some things that you capture is not really relevant or important, so you just kind of delete it so that you can have enough space to delete the more important things. But this is what I was having to do.
We know the reason or answer to that question. All right, I'm just keeping you guys informed. I know I've been putting a lot of videos out lately, whereas in the past I'd only put things out every once in a while, so the perps are probably like, what's his deal? I really don't care what they think anyways, but alrighty, until the next episode.
All right, so that's the end of that. So yeah, it doesn't matter whether or not I got permission to park on an area that was considered private property or what have you, because I know people were like, well, why don't you just get permission and yada yada yada. It didn't matter. It didn't stop the harassment. It still didn't stop perps from driving onto the property and harassing me. And I'm going to show you another video real quick. This is the same parking lot. This is right after I got permission to be on this property. And you'll see this individual kind of like pull up. Give me 1 second to retrieve that video. How can I get to it? I guess I'll go here. Here it is, right here. This is the same parking lot, okay? Notice the title of the video. Again, it's an old one, all right? If only stalker pulls up to me on private property, I have permission to be on. So this is actually after I got permission from the owner of that the business, okay? This fool pulls up right next to me. This place isn't even open, okay?
Are you stalking me? Are you harassing me?
I just flew a red light and tried to put the cop over there. He just drove by. I didn't mean to bother you, sir.
Sorry about that. So yeah, that's what I try to talk about. You know what I mean? Like these people, they pull up, they park next to me, and I was actually asleep. Okay, I was in my car, laid back, just resting, and I open my eyes and here this person is just parked next to me, doing God knows what. In the video, he says he just blew a red light and he's trying to hide from the cops. How are you going to hide your SUV, your big SUV, behind my little Ford Focus? Okay, so you already know this dude was a perp, without a shadow of a doubt. Okay, agent provocateurs that are sent out to constantly harass and hound you. Only God knows what these people do when you're asleep. I don't even know how long he was parked next to me. Okay, so these are just good examples. Oh, and the name of that place, by the way, let's see. The name of this business here. Just 1 second. I gotta get the location. It was called Guardian Angels something. Let's pull it up on this map. It's right there. I just have to look it up on Google. Was it athletics or something like that? Yeah, this is called Guardian Athletics. So I just thought it was pretty, you know what I mean? Then it had like the little like angel wings on it and stuff like that. So I don't know. I just thought that was pretty cool at the time. You know that I was allowed refuge there at a place called Guardian, Athletics or whatever. All right. So, anyways, that's it. That's all I got for now. I will post videos more often, and so that you guys can, again, know that you're not alone in dealing with this, and you know, it really is happening to you. You are not crazy. Don't ever let these people try to get you to think that you're crazy because you're not. Okay? These people know it darn well what they are doing to you, and they are going to get exactly what's coming to them. Best believe that. So let them continue to indulge and have their fun. But when their calamity strikes, they will not be able to recover from it. So be it. Talk to you guys later.